Hey everybody, happy Wednesday evening. It's Wednesday evening about 9:30 p.m. Just wanted to stop by. Just wanted to also say before I start this video, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. I see a new subscribers out there. Hello. I see you. Welcome. It amazes me every time like some of my numbers go up because it's a sense of accomplishment for me, and it feels like that there are other people that like and could relate to what I'm saying, what I'm talking about, mostly Disney stuff, the reviews. Thank you so much for liking my Primark haul video, my last video the other day I did. I really enjoyed that one myself, and yeah, hopefully I'm going to be seeing more Primark stuff in my stores. I mean, there's never a dull moment with that store. Every time I walk in there, I got to purchase something that's Disney, absolutely. But I've been really going off the rails lately, as you notice, with between the bags and the pajamas. I think I'm done now with my pajamas. I'm going to be cleaning out my drawers, going to be getting rid of my old stuff, purging my old pajamas. I can actually donate many of them. I do have collection sections here around my area. Mostly, sometimes they're in parking lots. They have the donation bins, and you could just, leave a bag and put it into the bin, which is wonderful. Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday, my husband was home. Tonight's Wednesday night, so we had a nice 2 days. It was okay. It was good. My husband has to go in for a re-surgical procedure. It's a redo of the last surgical procedure that he had 6 months ago. What he had removed, it only took 6 months for it to show up again. So he's got to do that again, but that's going to be in October. So we are just moving on, It's what happened was benign anyway, so chances are, doctor says I really wouldn't worry about it. Let's just get it taken care of, and everybody agreed, of course. So anyway, we went out to dinner Tuesday night at the mall, which is Applebee's, and we stopped off at Newberry Comics. I love Newberry Comics. I like it for the music. I could pick up an album if I wanted an album. Don't get me started with vinyl again. They're now selling cassettes again. God help me. I pick up the latest CD or whatever. But in this case, I was picking up Funkos. So my husband purchased one for me, and I purchased the other one for me. It's like, you buy me one, and I'll buy me one. And we agreed. So anyhow, I have been on such a kick with the movie Sword in the Stone lately. I don't speak about it that much. It's on Disney Plus, and I have not seen that movie since I was a young kid. So I sat and watched it again. It brought back a lot of memories. I like my old classic movies, I guess I'm showing my age with that one, because it's like a real oldie. Yeah, I picked up from the Sword in the Stone. They had Merlin. Not Merlin. They had Arthur, little Arthur. And Merlin teaches little Arthur. Merlin takes him under his wing. And I guess if you know how the movie is, I don't want to spoil it. But to me, it's a beautiful movie. I liked it. I always did. Part of my childhood. And in this case, I also purchased Merlin. Definitely, you have to have. I'm doing pairs. I'm doing like couples. So with Arthur goes Merlin, and I love Merlin. Let me take Merlin out of the package because I was already playing around with him. This is Merlin. I love Merlin. And with Merlin, they also have Archimedes. I always get that name screwed up, but it's the owl when I say it. So there you go. That's Archimedes. Archimedes. You know what I'm talking about. Isn't he adorable? So he came with Merlin. Oh. Anyway, you know how many of these things that I used to throw away? They have the little stands, and it's usually the stand that they have on the bottom of the section. You know how many of these things I threw away while collecting Funkos? And I'm saying, why doesn't this piece stand up? He's always falling over. Well, that would be why, because the stand is, you just have to pop the stand out, like that. Anyway. It wouldn't be me if I didn't do that. Yes, so that was really the only 2 Funkos that I purchased. What else? What else? I have been watching a lot of vlogger videos, and I have been watching quite a few of one in particular vlogger, and actually I got my husband to watch as well. We were in the car waiting for something during the city day on Tuesday, so I play my phone, and I was playing. I says to my husband, check this out. So he did, and he was like, yeah, he says, I like this guy. He says, I'd never seen him before until you showed me. He says, but he seems pretty cool. I says, oh, he is. I'm going to mention the name, and usually I don't name drop, because this way you get to know who I'm talking about. Which he used to go by the name Prince Charming Dev. Now he goes under PC Dev, name change. So that was okay. He has been doing a lot of, I want to say, more truthful, honest reviews of certain things in Disney. And some of those things are about foods. The Food and Wine Festival, he started with that. He went to dinner at Ohana restaurant, which is in the Polynesian. We used to go to Ohana, my husband and myself. I remember years ago when Ohana actually turned into a Chinese, it's like a Chinese restaurant. Now, don't ask me why. I remember doing that. So, and then they went back to the Polynesian feel. I mean, and why wouldn't they? We could never understand why it became like a Chinese restaurant, whatever. Anyhow, so Dev has been giving more truthful, honest reviews. And there are a few vloggers I noticed now. I don't know who's picking it off of who, but I think maybe there has been a wake-up call with certain people, with certain vloggers, because a lot of them are actually giving, I'm going to say, more truthful, honest, downright, solely opinions on certain things at Disney. And I think it's wonderful. To me, that's a breath of fresh air. That's what I wanted anyway. Why sugarcoat things when you know that it's wrong, but yet you feel that you have to say everything's right anyway? And I was discussing this with you guys anyway the other day on my other videos, because I said there are some vloggers that still say everything's great, everything's wonderful. And I know there is a set there. There's a man and woman. They just stayed at the Contemporary. I just watched that video, and I sometimes I have to watch and I have to roll my eyes at these things, because I'm like, oh, Jesus, they're going to say that's good too. And it's when it's really, I mean, again, we all have different opinions, and I know that it's not right. I'm looking at it and I'm going, oh, well, it's really not that bad. I noticed that she was cutting steak in one of the videos, the wife, and it was a plastic fork. You really can't cut that. The steak, to me, looked burnt, but then when she cut it, it was rare on the inside, but it's just the point of cutting it through, and she really couldn't. She was having a hard time with it. And again, they have a child. Their child is eating macaroni and cheese, basically out of the cardboard box. And this is the Contemporary Resort, okay? Deluxe Resort. All right. Anyway, let me go back to Dev. Dev is giving his sole review on Ohana, which is the restaurant at the Polynesian. He used to eat there all the time before the pandemic. The food right now, he's not welcoming right now to the food. He was kind of surprised of how the food turned out, and it's just not the same. This is the dinner portion of the food, so he was eating dinner there at Ohana. And I'm like, way to go, because this is what I want. I want the positive negativity, if that makes any sense. positive negativity. That's going to work for me in my favor. Again, I'm going down there. I got to know what I'm up against. I got to know certain things, what to stay away from, what to do. You know, even though we do have all our reservations. Okay, fine. And none of them happens to be Ohana. Okay, he also gave his sole review on the Magic Band Plus. A lot of people, there's a lot of glitches, there's a lot of crap going on with the Magic Band Plus. But then again, you figure to yourself, it only came out last week. But yet it was leaked months ago. Okay. He basically said, Dev. Now this is the portion that I wanted my husband to hear. And he paid attention, and he was watching it, my husband. Dev said his words were to, and he spent only the $34. He bought the $34 band. But, you know, they have the 34 and then the 44. I don't know what the hell the difference is besides, I think the $34 ones are the plain solid colors. And then the fancier ones with the designs and the designed magic bands are the $44. That's what we established. I think that's what Deb said. Well, anyway, his sole opinion was save your money. Treat yourself to something else. Treat yourself to put it toward a nice dinner for yourselves. Buy yourself a better souvenir. Just save your money and don't waste your money on the Magic Band Plus. His words were, if I can give this band away now to somebody maybe who can't afford it or would like, I would. I'm saying to myself, but yes, so I wrote on Deb's page on his YouTube, and I says, listen, if you don't want the band, you can always deactivate it from your My Disney Experience app, and then it would go blank, and then give it to someone else, you know. So I didn't hear back, but I made that suggestion anyway. Always deactivate. I deactivated all my magic bands off my account because I want to add the ones that I want on. You know, and I have to do that also for my husband because my husband's not going to know how to do any of those things. Anyhow, yeah, so that was it with the Magic Band Plus. Now getting back to the other vloggers, the husband and wife team, they have a child. That's all I'm going to say. And with that, they stayed at the Contemporary, and they were talking about the hotel, and they think that it's cool with the Incredibles. Of course, they have a child. The child would like that. I feel that because I used to stay at the Contemporary in the early 90s. We spent our honeymoon there. The last time we were there was 1998. That was our honeymoon. And that was the last time at the Contemporary. We were actually going back and forth, Contemporary, Polynesian. Polynesian was our first resort we ever stayed at. Stayed at the Contemporary. Went back to the Polynesian. Stayed back at the Contemporary. So we were actually doing that for quite a few years until 1998. Anyhow. Oh, everything's good. And then they got the food. And then they got... Now, here's how... I would send it back. They did the takeout, you know, they did the mobile order at the hotel room. So the dessert that they ordered was not the dessert that they got. The poor kid, I don't mean to say poor kid, but he was eating the macaroni and cheese out of a cardboard box. Don't they give you plates? I mean, this is a deluxe resort. Then what it is that they had their dinner, mom and dad. And there is these plastic, there's this plastic 2-section plates. It's a 2-section plate, but that was in the cardboard box. So I guess they took that out of the cardboard box. But what I seen the child eating, he was eating that out of the cardboard box, which was his macaroni and cheese. And that wasn't in a plate. I want to say no, because I didn't see the rest of it, so. And they said that the macaroni and cheese was actually very good. I'm going to tell you something. I looked at it. I didn't find that enticing. But to a child, yeah, who doesn't love macaroni and cheese? I make my own homemade macaroni and cheese here. Who wouldn't like macaroni and cheese, you know, as a child? But she, you know, the mother was like, oh, wait, well, no, the macaroni and cheese is... It may have tasted good, but the looks can be deceiving. So I guess you can't judge a book by its cover either. So I guess it was. I'll take that for granted. Their meals were the steaks and the sirloin, and his sirloin looked better than her sirloin, and then the salad was better before, and but they gave it like a bad, kind of like a bad review, but then everything turned out wonderful anyway. I would be pissed off that I didn't get my right dessert, because especially if you have your heart set on something, and then all of a sudden go, oh, but then no, but that's okay, no, it was okay, it was all right. He said something was dry. I want to say the bread. There was a certain bread that came with the meal, and he says, yeah, well, the bread's kind of dry, but it's okay, So you're saying that, but yet you're okay with it. Everything's okay. Yeah. Then they had the magic bands, and I guess their magic band was all right, unless that has to continue. The video has to continue for another day or tomorrow, or whatever. This is the only video I've seen, is what they staying at the Contemporary. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let you know, this I don't remember of all the years that I ever stayed at the Contemporary. She brought up a good point, the wife, and you notice I'm not mentioning their names. She says, I heard rumbling. I felt rumbling during the night. She says, I felt like I was on a cruise ship. And I'm going, what the hell is she talking about? She said that somebody told her that when the monorail obviously goes through the building, that the building shakes. All the years that I've been there, I've never actually experienced it. Maybe it's depending on the room where you are. I always had the garden views. The garden views were always the garden views. I never stayed in the building itself. So maybe they stayed in the building. I have no idea. But remember, they used to have a garden view. They used to have rooms on the garden. Now that, since the vacation club and everything, all that's changed. So they don't have those rooms anymore. That's, my old days. Yeah, I'm not crazy about the Contemporary room. With them, oh, look at the line across the wall. Oh, I think that's pretty cool. To each his own, I guess. Me, the Incredibles theme, no. I think the deluxe resort should have, it's the Contemporary, it should have that contemporary feel. I think they should have left the vintage furniture in. That would have been cool. Yeah. The theme, I'm not crazy about it. To me, the room actually looks smaller, because I think they kind of made the bathroom a little bigger. I want to say that. Because my room in the Contemporary didn't look like that. I mean, obviously it didn't look like that. Neither did the Polynesian. But deluxe is deluxe. What are you going to do? Yeah. Anyway, I was going through some of my Disney stuff, and I found from the old the Disney Club. We were members of the Disney Club. This is going back in the early 90s. And it used to be the Disney Club would give you certain, not perks, but it gives you like contact lines. Look at all the phone numbers of contact. Nowadays you can't find a freaking phone number for anybody. This is all the contact lines. The Disneyland Resort Paris, they give you that number. They give you the Hilton Head Island Resort, which was also connected with Disney. And this was all before, by the way, the Disney Vacation Club. I want you to know that. This was 2003, 2002 going into 2003. That's how long this is. Happy kids, happy this, general benefits they give you. Oh, I did notice something. I must have forgot the page now. That would have been cute. I wanted to let you in. Look at the little map of Disney World. Isn't that cute? I mean, you got your Epcot. You got your Magic Kingdom. Animal Kingdom Park. Which, yeah, Animal Kingdom was there. That's right. I forgot about that. Epcot resorts, things like that. Well, it gives you all the sections in the book. My husband says, oh, never get rid of this. I said, yeah, I know. Never get rid of this because, it's these days are over. Disney Club 2002, discounts for the resorts, seasonal discounts. They used to give you all discounts. for some of the resorts. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Yeah, I wanted to, 7 things that you can make your vacation rate a 10. Get your tickets, your Park Hopper tickets, Park Hopper Plus ticket, Ultimate Park Hopper Plus ticket. That was cool. That's a $20 savings. Magic Kingdom Park, MGM Studios, you see? MGM. That's the way to be right there. They give you little information about the Disneyland park. Is this Tokyo Disneyland? No, this is Disneyland. So, you know, you notice Disneyland can always fit in Disney World's parking lot. That was the old joke back then, because that's how small it was. But anyhow. Yep, things like that. Look at that. Paradise Pier Hotel, blah, blah, blah. And they just give you the Disney Club for Disneyland Resorts. This is all the savings for the Disneyland Resort Hotel. So it was just like an information booklet. This was the old days, folks. I wanted to read about the fast passes. You know, they explained about how to get the fast pass. You go to the kiosk and you put your room key, you know, your room card, and then you get the ticket out, and then it gives you the 1 hour window for the fast pass to return. Those were the days, people. Those were the days. It just seems like, you know, those were the days yesterday. Yeah, you remember, it was yesterday. Something like that. And it was just awesome sauce. Just things like that. Look, they even show you how to draw Mickey Mouse. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness, the Country Bears movie. Oh, I have the Country Bears. Did anybody see the Country Bears movie? Oh, I love the Country Bears. I love Big Al and I love Trixie St. Clair. I just love those things. Well, anyway, I just wanted to show you that. And it's real nice. And at the end, the back of the book has Lilo. But this was class, ladies and gentlemen. This was class. And that used to be, I think it was a fee each year. I think you had to pay for it. I think it was like, I want to say $65 a year. I don't know where I'm getting that in my head. It probably was. So, but then, you know, you got nice perks. You got discounts and you got all that other stuff. I just wanted to pull that out and show you a little piece of history. I'm not getting rid of that book. No way. What else, people? So let me know what you think about the vloggers. Let me know what you think about that. You know, like, more and more vloggers are giving their honest opinions. Some of the vloggers still haven't woken up yet. Like the couple with the kid that I was telling you about. And again, I'm not going to say certain names. But PC Dev, yeah, I mean, he brought up like quite a few, you know, quite a few good points. And I just wanted to point that out, you know. It's what it is. It's just what it is. What else is going on? I think that's really it for now, though. And I just wanted to stop by and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you think. You know, my husband and myself, we are seriously talking about Universal for next year. So I will know probably at the end of this trip for Disney. 33 days as of 12 midnight, 12:01 midnight. It'll be 33 days left. This is like but anyway, all right, people. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Everybody get cozy, get in bed. Time to go to sleep now. All right. Take care. Thank you so much for watching again. Thank you so much for subscribing. Hello to all the new viewers. I see you. I see you out there. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. Take care. Bye-bye.